Hello, welcome to Ekidel, where we train future civil and structural engineers. My name is Fashe Ochet. Today, we want to look at a very important topic which some normally get confused in the course of their design or after they have designed what they are getting. So, and what is that? How to down number your pad footing. You know, there's something called downsizing, but this time around we are talking of down numbering your number of pad used in during your Protastructure. Is that okay? When it comes to Protastructure, if you look at this particular one now, you can see the number of pads that we are having, and with this pad now, they are having different sizes, isn't it? Different sizes of pad footing. So since they are having different size of pad footing, how do you now go about down numbering the number of pads that you are having in this place, and yet it will still work? Is that okay? So we are going to be looking at that. So I want you to watch this video from beginning to the end, because I'm going to be explaining a lot of things in this aspect. Because if you are to detail all of this based on their sizes, you discover that it's going to take you much time and also stressful, isn't it? So that is that. So how do you now down number the size and of your number of your column, rather of your pad, and yet you still have a good result? So all of this we are going to be looking at, because this is what we exported from Protastructure. As you can see, this is a structure, is a live project which we have done and submitted. So you can see this is a AutoCAD. We have detailed it in what they call it in Stonebridge detailing template, which is this software. Can you see it? So the software we use for this particular one was a 2024 Stonebridge. So now using a 2026 now, can you see this is 2026 Stonebridge detailing template? You can see how the thing is. So we are going to follow this to detail your own. Is that okay? But what we are concentrating on is how to down number your pad footing. So if you look at this particular pad size that we have here now, if you look at this one now in real project, I want to believe, and I also believe, that during the design of this particular project, the number of column size that they were having was more than this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 8. Definitely it must be more than 8 for them to arrive at this. Are we together? Because if you look at it, these columns are of different sizes. So but if you now look at it now, here the number we're only having 8, but during the design it might be more than 8. Is that okay? Or during the design, yes, during the design in Protastructure it might be more than 8, but during detailing you can now see that we are having 8. So we are going to be looking at those confusions, understand how to settle them. Is that okay? How to understand to down number your number of column sizes. So let's get to that. Now before we proceed, I want to say you should try and click on the like button, and also subscribe if this is your first time of watching our video from Ekidel. Is that okay? We have done a lot of video when it comes to concrete and steel, which I believe if you take your time to watch our videos, I bet you to some extent, I can bet you that confidently you can handle a story building, 2-story building, even though you have not designed before. That's the extent at which we have gone in explaining structural design using the software called Protastructure. Is that okay? All right. Now, coming to today's training, we are talking about how to down number or reduce the number of pad footing that you're having in your structure. So don't forget that this particular one is pad footing, isn't it? These are the pad footings. As you can see it, this is a pad. Can you see this is what we have? And also let me walk you through. You can see the roof beam. You can see the roof beam here. So even though this roof beam were reduced, is that okay? We reduce the number of roof beam here. Is that okay? All right, that is fine. So let's now start. How do you now reduce the number of your pad? How do you now reduce the number of your pad that you exported from your Protastructure into the software called Stonebridge detailing template? This is it. And which of them are you going to be using here? We have explained that if your structure, the foundation is on pad, when you get to this place, you choose the one that's on pad. Since we are working on a structure that's on pad, you can see building on pad footing. Can you see it now? building on pad footing. If my building is on what is on pile, definitely I will not come and use pad footing. I'll have to use what pile. And if my building is on slab, I cannot come and use pile foundation. I have to use what flat slab. Can you see now? If my building is what on a slab raft, I have to use a slab raft, not a pile. It depends on the kind of foundation you use for your structure that will determine which one are you going to be picking from here. Is that okay? So looking at our own is on pad footing. That's why we are picking this one. And when you click on this one now, definitely this one will now will now surface. This example given to you here, you can see it. They have given us our samples from beginning to the end, how we are meant to detail this for printing. Can you see? Properly detailed and ready for what? For printing. Is that okay? All right. So let's now go back to the business of the day. So if you look at this one now, we're having this. So let's now go to our own drawing that we brought from Protastructure. So looking at this, let's first of all, there are several things that determines your choice. Is that okay? Reducing the number of your pad. Is that okay? First of all, you consider the depth, thickness. Can you see now? The thickness of your pad, you consider it, which if you look at this particular one now, is what is 350. 350 is the thickness of this pad. And if you also look at most of them, they are what? 350 pad thickness. So we are going to be considering two things, not to waste much time. Two things as we are doing it. Now, if you look at based on this column now, this column C1, 225 by 225. If you look at this particular column, the pad for it is what? 1 meter by 1 meter. That's 1000 millimeter by 1000 millimeter. Is that okay? Which means from here like this 1000, here like this 1000, and at the thickness of what? Of 350. Now this is for this pad. Now go to the next pad now. The next pad is also the same size, 1000 by 1000 by 350 thickness. The same thing to this one. Now go back. Let's keep going. You see 1000 by 1000 350, 1000 by 1000 350. So that means in this case now we already have a single one called what? 1000. Is that okay? I can select this one now and say CP. Let me copy this one now. Let's copy this one now. What's happening? Why is it slowing down? Okay, I can copy this one now and keep it somewhere here. Escape. Or let me move it up a little. And keep it here. So we have a size of what? Those one that are of what? 1000 by 1000 at the depth of 350. So let's go to the next line. So the next line is 1000. This one is also 1000. Can you see another one is what? 1001 by 1001 at the same depth of what? 350. So I'll select this one also. That's CP. Enter. So I'll select it and also bring it here. That is fine. Escape. And this is where we stop. So 1001, and also go for that. This is still 1001. We have picked down one. This 1000 by 350. We have also picked down one. Is that okay? So we are going to take our time to explain. You can see this one. It's also 1000 by 1000 by 350. So this one is 1000 by 1000 by 350. Is that okay? Let's go again. So this one is 1000 by 1000 by 350. This one is 1000 by 1000 by 350. This one is a 1000 by 1000. We have picked that one too. This one the same thing. This one we have this one already. Let's go to the next. This one is 1000 by 1000 by 350. The same thing to this one. The same to this one. The same. You can see this one is different. You can see we have this one 1002 by 1002 by the same depth 350. So CP enter. So I'll come here now. Don't forget we are in axis what? Axis F. Is that okay? Axis F. So I'll pick it and keep it here. Escape. So let me go back to axis F. Axis F. Where is F? Okay. Alright, I think we are here. Alright, that's fine. So that is that. And come here again. The same thing. We have 1001 already with the same depth. This one 1001 we have it already. The same depth. This one is 14 by 14 by 450 by 350. Is that okay? It's different. So let's pick this one. CP. Enter. And this is on what? Axis H. Is that okay? So when we come back, it's axis H rather. So I'll come here now. Where's my H? It's here. We are here. So this one is also 1000 by 350. Okay. Let's proceed. This one also the same thing. This one also the same thing. This one 1002, we have already picked 1002, so the same thing. Come here, this 1000 by 1000, we have picked that one, the same depth. Coming to this place now, we have the same 1000 by 1000, 1001 by 1001 by 350 depth. Also we have this one 1004 by 1004 by 350 depth. We have picked that one already. So this is another one. Can you see another one here? We have a 17 by 17 by 450 depth. So CP, enter. So can you see what I'm doing? So I'll just come here and pick it and keep it here and keep it here. So I'll now come here now. Let's move on. So where do we have that? I think we have it here. Okay, 17 by 17. Okay, 12 by 12 by 350. It's also okay. We have picked that one. And also finally we have what? 2500 by 2500 by 450. So also pick this one again. Pick this one. CP, enter, and then let's move it finally and keep it somewhere here. All right, that's fine. So if you check it now, we have known the part sizes that we have on this. Can you see? We have known the number of parts that we have here on this particular structure. We have the one of what? Of 1000 by 1000 by 350 and 1001 by 1001 by 350, 1002 by 1002 by 350, 1004 by 1004 by 350, 1007 by 1007 by 450, 2500 by 2300 by 450. Is that okay? So if you look at it now, based on this, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a 6-part footing based on this structure. I repeat, based on this structure. So now when it's now come to detailing now, I can decide to take this one now. If I want to take to Stonebridge now, I can click on this, come here now. Now copy it. Is that okay? I'll copy it and then take it to Stonebridge. This is my Stonebridge, and I'll get to this place now. I'll get to this place. I'll now come here now. Inside this place, I'll paste inside this place now. So I'll click on it. Is that okay? Come here and then go to what? To paste. And then look for a place and do what? And paste it. Let it come up. It's still coming. Let's wait for it. In case you have not clicked on like button, I want to say, because for the sake of others, please like this video and also give this video a thumbs up. Is that okay? Or also subscribe if this is your first time. Is that okay? All right, so bringing it here now, we can now even see that automatically the color have been changed to that type that we have. If you look at the color we have there, and also look at this one now, look at this part now. Can you see it here? So let me even copy it. Let me copy this one and move it closer. CP, enter. Don't move it, always copy. Is that okay? Because this is your original drawing given to you to work with. Is that okay? So if you want to make use of any of them, you only copy it. Is that okay? And follow it to achieve your own. Is that okay? All right, so I'll come here and put it. So now if I escape now, I haven't escaped. Can you see that we already have the same kind of this thing we have here? Can you see it? Already hash and all of that. Now coming to this place now, you can now make your judgment. If you are having a, why some normally have a, because some have been complaining that you discover that some engineers, when they do their own design, you might see only 3 or 4 pads, but based on their own, what they are doing, they are having like almost like a 12, 15 pads. How come? They are now doubting their design. So to now clear that doubt of their design, they have done the right thing, but their only challenge is what? Detailing. Is that okay? So now what those people normally do is what I'm trying to explain to you now. If you look at this, based on this, we are having is it 8 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 number of a pad. Ideally, this is from Protastructure. So in your own detailing now, you can now, the engineer can now decide, since they're having the same depth, this is 1001 by 1, this is 1000 by 1000. You can now decide that, okay, this particular one, let me say CP also, that's individual thinking, can also, okay, this particular 1001, this 1000 and this 1001, you are going to make them as one footing. So which means that anywhere you see 1000, you replace it with 1001, and anywhere you see 1001, you see put 1001, which now stand as only one pad. Can you see now? This one pad now represent these 2 now. Can you see now? So instead of 2 now, you already have 1. So coming to this place now, since there's no any other one close to it, because this 1.4 is far more than what 2000 1002. So I'll press CP also. I'm going to be breaking it down, so you can now see I have this one here, escape. So now coming to this place also, if you look at this 1.4 is more than this one, so I'll come here now, so pick this one, CP. I'm trying to break it down. Is that okay? Let me escape. Let me copy it again. CP, enter. What's happening? Let me select it again. Then CP, enter. Alright, correct. So I'll come here now and place it here. Just be watching how I'm going to be breaking it down. So this one also is a 1.7 is far from 1.4, and 2500 is far more than what this one. So automatically these two, even though the two of them are having the same depth, but in terms of a size is different. So the difference is much. So I'll press CP again, enter, and then take it up. So if you look at this place now, in this place we have 6, but coming to this place we have 5. Can you see it now? So now another engineer can now say no, he doesn't want to do too much work, or to be on the safer side, or whichever one, even though it's already safe. Even at this one, they are already safe, but to reduce the stress of their work, though some might be talking about what how economical it is. So that's what some might be thinking. So another engineer, what I'm trying to do is to explain to you reason behind some design that you now discover that their columns, their pad footings are very, very, very small compared to the number of pad they are having in their design. Is that okay? So that's what I'm trying to explain, how to down number your pads numbers. So now looking at this one now, here now we already have 5. We have 5 here. So another engineer can now say, based on experience, can also just say, okay, instead of me using a 1001 here and difference between them just 100 mm, is that okay? That's 4 inches, 100 millimeter. So you can now just say, okay, if this is the case, automatically this one cannot be tampered with. This one cannot be tampered with, this one cannot be tampered with, and this one cannot be tampered with. So he can now decide to now say, okay, instead of me using all of this, let me just use only this one now. Let me now use only this one. Then CP, enter, and come here and put it somewhere here like this. Can you see it now? So which means that, you see, from here, this is from this design. From our design, this is the number of pads that we have, 6. But when I now begin to check which one can take over, the other one, I'll get to this place, I have 5. But when I now further thought about it, what am I having? I now have what? 4 instead of 6. Can you see now? The number of reduced. Can you see it now? So which means that in this case now, anywhere I see 1000, I put 1002. Anywhere I see 1001, I put 1002. So anywhere I see 1002, I put 1002. Can you see it now? So which means this 2 now, this 1002 now, I've taken care of 3 numbers. 3 numbers of what? Of a column. Sorry, of pads. So let's now navigate to my AutoCAD. Let me just show you from there. Let me show you from there now. Let me pick it from here. Based on this one now, so which means that if I should carry this one now, if I should take this one, this particular one, let me do something. What can we do here? What can we do here? Okay, like this one now. So I'll put 1002 in my detailing, which is around this place now. If I come here now, let me come to this place. So you can now see we have all of this. So which means the place of 1001, I'll put 1002 here. 1002, 1002, 1002, 1002. Are you watching now? So this place will also be what? 1002, 1002, 1000. You now discover that this one is 1001. So automatically it's 1002. I'm putting 1002, 1002. Can you see it now? So you now discover that even during construction, you have a lesser work to do. Is that okay? So you can now see, or less work to do. You can see 1001, you place 1002, 1002, and also move further. This one is what? 1002, 1002. All of them was 1002. Can you see all of them? So the only place where you now have a difference in what? In your distance around here towards the end here, where you're having 14, 17, and 2000 plus. Can you see it now? So this how you number your, or you reduce the number of your pad during your detailing. Can you now see it now? So this is how you go about it. This is very, very important. And let's assume in another way, based on your design, if this now depth is different, if in this case now we're having 350 and here we're having 275 altogether, so based on your knowledge or your experience looking at some things around it, it's now the judgment now is now left for you. If you like, can now go ahead and use it as it is based on depth. But if you now discover that in terms of sizes they are the same, but depth is different, so you can now take your judgment and say, okay, using this 450 or I use this 350. So if my number of size, I'm having this one 1400 by 350 depth, and I have another one 1400 by 375 depth, maybe like this one are just 2. So instead of it to now have 2 of these, like this one they are just 3, or let me use the word 3. This one now 1400 by 1400 with depth of what, 350, and I have another one of 1400 by 1400 with the depth of 375. I will not be using the 2 and detail this one separately and go and detail that of 375 differently. No, as long as they are having the same thickness, the same dimension, just different in depth, but the depth are very close, I'll just pick the one of 1004 by 1004 with a depth of 375, and which means that one also represents this particular one, that is what, 1004 by 1004 by 350. Can you see it now? So these are the ways in which you come up with your own judgment. Is that clear? So that is that. So this is how you reduce the number of your part footing during your detailing. And once I have this one now, automatically all these ones are gone. They are gone. So in this case now, can you see my own now is what, just 4 part, and majority carries the vote, which is a 1002, and this one just only 1, this one just only 1, this one's just only 1. So if I'm having like let's say 30 part footing, automatically I'm only having a 27 of what, of 1002 by 1002 by 350. Can you see it now? So that is that. So this is how you go about it. So thank you very much. Till I see you next time in our next video based on the request. That's why we are doing this video. That's why I'm saying that always comment, because from your comment we'll be able to do what, know the next thing, your area in which you are doing what, facing some challenges that you need solution to. Now based on the comment of somebody, we are able to do this particular video now, which I believe the person is going to watch this particular video and this problem is being solved. Can you see it now? So you commenting is very, very key in any of our video. Or you can also suggest the area in which you want to concentrate on also, in order to also help you. So by doing that, you are also helping another, because the challenge you are having, somebody somewhere is also having the same challenge. So it's by clicking on the like button and also commenting, we'll be able to know those challenges and we'll come up with those videos. And also subscribe, so that by the time we release the video, you'll be able to be notified, and you see the video and watch, and the problem is being solved. Is that okay? So thank you very much. Till I see you next time in our next video, I want to say bye.